I would just say I think the professions for new players when you first start out in the game are kind of complex and a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of different items and a lot of different ways that they all intertwine and feed into each other. Once you play the game a little while and you start getting a handle on it, it's a really, really good profession system. But I think for new players, it's a little complex to figure out right when you first start playing if you're trying to figure it all out by yourself. A lot. Each time you mine one, it raises the percentage here a little bit, each notch in the skill point, and then it gets all the way up until 100% and it goes to the next number up. And you got to get all the way to 10 in order to be eligible to get the certificate to become an apprentice in that profession, to take it from novice to apprentice. So we got to go out and mine a whole bunch of stuff and lumberjack a whole bunch of stuff. And the mining nodes we can get to start out with, there's like tons of basalt and granite, and then you can also get copper and zinc.
At apprentice, do you only get to get higher level mining things?
Yeah, once you
Like
get
after you get to the
apprentice.
sapphire,
No, I think you have to be journeyman to get sapphire, actually. That's why there's so much of it out there in the world, because there's not that many people who are journeymen yet. And then lumberjacking, of course, you just go cut down a bunch of trees. It's super easy, but you do need a ton of it because you use that for fuel to do all the processing and crafting professions. But the main trees we cut down a ton of oak trees. Those are everywhere. We can get ash, and we can get eastern hemlock, and we can get western larch. But they actually put in the game now to where granite and basalt have a random drop chance to also drop rubies, copper, and zinc, which are some of the main items you need for novice tier professions as well.
I got copper and ruby.
Oh, you got copper out of one too. Nice. Get some of this copper or some of this granite. See if it drops anything.
Even the one down here. Dropped granite. Ooh, there's emerald.
Oh, I got miner level 4. Look at that. So this is what ash looks like. These are the ash trees. There's tons of ash trees all around the Riverlands scattered about.
Gotta find the largest one.
Yeah, you do need a variety of different types of wood. They're used in various different professions. So you need oak and ash and western larch. We need a bunch of western larch, like we said, to make our pickaxes. But you need eastern hemlock. You need all of them to make various different things. Oh, you're chopping a big boy. Oh.
Always.
Oh god. It felt so slow, but it was coming right for me. Now that we got those out of the way, we can
There's
get this
Pinto
larger
before the bear.
basalt right here. We need the basalt to make our armor molds and our weapon molds. That helps us both in our stonemasonry, our armor crafting, our weapon crafting. Oh, there's copper. Oh my god, there's copper. Alright, so come up to this wolf and just press F. You're going to be petting him for a minute. It takes a minute. Alright, so we found the copper. The copper was previously really rare to find. After the most recent update, I've been finding a decent amount more copper around, so that's been a welcomed update. But these are what you're looking for. This is the jackpot. You find a copper node that looks like this, that's what you're looking for right there. There's more granite here though. But yeah, you can also make armor and weapon molds out of granite as well. Granite and basalt make Granite and basalt both make armor and weapon molds. They also make sand. So you also make granite sand and basalt sand that is used in jewel crafting to make rings and necklaces and things like that. I got Hunter level 2. So what I actually need the most of is the Grims. The hunting ones for the Grim carcasses. I need the Grim leather to make armor. And I need a bunch of it. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got this really good blue bow. Look at this. This dropped last night for me. There's one right here. These are what I need the most of, is those white Grims with that circle. I need tons of this. Yeah, I need 6 Grim leather, like, per piece of armor that I make just to start out at the beginning level, so I need a whole bunch of it. Oh my god. Lumberjack level 3. I'm leveling up a whole bunch of skills tonight. More oak.
Gosh, I'm not gonna have any.
I like cutting down these baby oaks. You're not gonna have any what?
I'm not gonna have any room in my bag.
Yeah, the herbalism bag. Like, we bought these whenever we first started these characters and didn't really know any better, but you're definitely right. The lumberjacking bag is better because it's bigger. That's a good little tip. Got some basalt. It's not dropping any of the rare drop chances of copper, zinc, or rubies for me yet. I just found some rubies. I have 2 rubies over here if you want one of them. But there's another player nearby, so probably need to hurry up and grab him. Oh, you're way over there. If he starts running this way, I'll take it. If not, I'll save it for you. Oh, shoot, I don't have enough space. Oh, sweet. I got an epic one. I got an epic ruby that dropped off of that. Did you say dropped on ruby?
A purple one.
Oh, sweet. So it dropped. That was a double epic ruby drop? Because that spot dropped it for both of us? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Double epic ruby spawn. You need tons of rubies. The rubies are used for all kinds of stuff. You need to make tons of powders and inks, and it's used in a number of different professions, the rubies are. I'm going to get the lumberjacking satchel that we talked about while we're here and replace the herbalism satchel because it's better. There we go. Yeah. There's the difference. Novice lumberjacking satchel better than novice herbalism satchel because you can still carry flowers in that and it gives you more space overall.
So you're 10. Oh, is that copper above it?
It's zinc. Yep, found some zinc. There we go. Good find. First one of the night. Ooh.
Found some copper. Oh wait, is this copper or is this iron?
Not only did I find
iron.
zinc, it dropped heroic level zinc. Nice. Oh, there's more zinc right here. Holy crap. Did you say you had copper up here?
No, it's iron.
Oh. Won't.
It was shaped differently than a usual zip pile.
That's another heroic zinc. So just like how the 2 ruby spawns dropped both epic, this time the 2 zinc spawns dropped both heroic. That's pretty crazy.
Ruby.
Oh, sweet. Nice find, potato.
Ooh, maybe. I don't know.
That's a pretty big one, actually.
Yep, it's a ruby.
Nice.
5 ruby.
Nice. That's a really good find.
Stupid granite.
Oh, it actually dropped copper out of that one. I'm like, not enough space. Of course I have enough space. Oh, wow. Nice. Well, at least we finally got a random drop out of one of the basalt or granite nodes, so that was really nice. Gave us some copper. How about that?
Random drop club.
I joined the random drop club. That's the first copper random drop we've gotten too. We've gotten ruby random drops, but...
I got a copper one yesterday.
Oh, nice. So we're both in the club. I was late to the party though. The best place that there is to mine a ton of copper is right outside of Winstead over here, right in these hills between Winstead and the Tower of Carfin. Right along those ridges, right in there is the best place to mine the copper. That's where the largest amount of it is. Alright, so we stopped off at New Ayla to do some processing before we went over to continue harvesting some more lumber that we need, the western larch and eastern hemlock. Because when you have the raw, unprocessed goods, they take up 4 slots in your bag, and once you process them, they take up less space. Some of them take up 2 spaces, some of them take up 1 space, but it saves a lot of bag room to come into town and process the goods. I'm gonna make some copper fragments here. Got oak wood as my fuel. Oh yeah, and there's 5 tiers of items. I mean, this is kind of self-explanatory, but you have common, uncommon, rare, heroic, and epic tier items, and you got to set it to that. You got to set it to the right tier when you're making your items for it to process whatever's in your bag. And then you can also set different numbers here on this drop down menu. So I have a 5 stack of the uncommon copper, so I'm going to set it to make 5. And then I'll make sure I have enough fuel with the wood in my bag, and then start the job and come back in 5 minutes. And a basalt weapon mold. So while we're here in town, we can also go ahead and make our basalt weapon mold. To make the basalt weapon mold, we need to make our apprentice pickaxe.
I'm making ruby powder. I'm making sand. I'm making malt.
Nice. Got all kinds of stuff going. Yeah, and also, I guess it should be mentioned, you don't have to stand there and wait for it to finish each time while you're at the processing station. You can start multiple ones at once and run around and do something else while it's all being processed. You can even go out and kill creatures if you want it while it's processing stuff. So that does help save a lot of time to get 2 or 3 different items going at the same time that you're all processing. Here we're going to process our epic rubies. That's exciting. And we're going to make some ruby powder out of them. We can also do cut gems. We could do a cut ruby as well. Claim our epic ruby powder. Claim our 5 copper fragments. Then we can also make some zinc fragments. Heroic zinc fragments. Add our fuel, make that as well. You need a lot of copper fragments and a lot of zinc fragments. Not just for the apprentice pickaxe we're going to make, but for a lot of the weapon molds, or not the weapon molds, for a lot of the crafted items under weaponsmithing, like you need 20 copper fragments for that. And then under armor smithing, you need a lot of the zinc fragments, and you need 8 zinc fragments for that. 2 zinc fragments for that. Like you need a lot of zinc, and you actually need a grim skin for some of this armor smithing as well. And then under the jewel crafting, we need like the sand. So we're gonna go make some basalt sand next as well. Come right over here to the stonemasonry table, claim our cut ruby, and then go down underneath sand and make some basalt sand. We're going to be able to use this for our jewel crafting recipes. Well, it's technically just called jeweler in this game. I call it jewel crafting from World of Warcraft, but In Ashes, it's just jeweler. Basalt sand. Yeah, we need crude paper, which you just buy from the vendor. Actually, I should go show that too. And copper fragments and basalt sand to make these necklaces. Copper fragments and basalt sand. So that's what we need. We need to collect a bunch of copper fragments and make up some basalt sand. But the other items you need in a lot of the crafting recipes comes right from this vendor here. There's just a second tab at the top up here where you go into materials and you can buy pretty much anything you need here. Water, that can help make ink. The honeycomb, also alchemy. We're not really doing alchemy in this video, so those don't matter. And essence crystal, that'll be for a different video on those ones. But it also has, like you saw for the jewel crafting recipe there, it has the crude paper. So we do need to go to the skinning station for the armor smithing. So we got our grim carcass earlier from skinning one of those grims that we hunted down. And we have to process this grim carcass. We need the grim skins, a whole bunch of them, to make a lot of those armor recipes. Oh, and it gives skin, bone, and animal fat. You can make some hides by skinning the wolf carcass. Oh, that one grim carcass gave me 5 skins. Okay. So you do actually need less total number of grims then. If one grim gives 5 skins, then you don't have to hunt down quite as many. But you need, I guess you only need 1 skin on these recipes. I thought you needed 6. What was I looking at that you needed 6 skins for? Oh, it's leatherworking that takes way more of it. So in the leatherworking recipes, you need a whole bunch of the grim skins, actually, 8 of them. But
I got 5 wolf hides, wolf bones, and animal fat all off that wolf.
nice. Yeah, it does that. It gives you multiple items off of it. But I guess for our armor crafting, we only need 1 grim skin a piece for these, so it makes it a little easier. But you end up needing a bunch of the zinc fragments. And under the weapons crafting, we just need a crap ton of copper. Crap ton of copper, a little bit of oak timber actually. And we need some basalt weapon molds. Oh, I got stonemason level 2. Look at that. Time in the game. The real question is, though, do I have enough fuel for this? I think I still do. Basalt armor mold. Common. We'll set it to 10. Add fuel. Start job. Boom. 10 minutes working. We definitely burnt through some of the wood we chopped down though, that's for sure. So this is the best place we found to harvest the western larch and the eastern hemlock. It's right over here in the hills outside of New Ayla. Just to the east of New Ayla, all up in these hills. This is the absolute best place on the entire map to harvest western larch and eastern hemlock. And of course we need 20 western larch timber to make our next pickaxe. And the western larch trees are these tall, skinny ones with the orange leaves that look like this. And we're going to need to chop down quite a few of them.
We need 20 of both to complete our commissions.
Alright, so we need 10 large timber for the pickaxe and 20 large timber to complete our commissions.
The axe is broken.
Really?
How do we fix that?
I'm assuming you go back to town and you repair it at the vendor. Have you never clicked repair items when you're at the vendor?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
Well, it's a thing. This vendor right here, if you go to the bottom left-hand corner, you'll have a repair and a repair all equipped items. I've just been hitting the repair all items button.
Repairing 17 items.
Oh my gosh, Potato. You've never repaired anything.
You never taught me to.
Well, now you know. The more you know. Something I wouldn't have even thought to mention. Alright, so now that we've got our western large timber, we're going to bring it over here to the lumber milling workbench. And we're going to need to process all of it. Western large timber, we need to make 10. And we still need fuel, so we'll have to use some of our oak that we got from earlier. And we'll go ahead and get that started. I can start posting in chat. Oh, there's Chad Powers. It's a ruby. That's a fat ruby. I was thinking it was probably a sapphire, but it's actually a ruby. Got some green uncommon ruby.
Ran right past copper, bro.
No!
Come here.
That was iron. It was iron.
This is
Oh,
copper.
this is copper. I did that spawn after I ran by. You've got to be kidding me. I looked right straight at that.
I mean, you ran in between two other things of iron, but yeah, no, whatever.
Okay, that's 5 common copper. That's a really big find. Alright, let's keep running up and down. It takes us to track it down, either looking for it or buying it from someone else. It might be better off just to... I got level 5 miner, by the way. Copper anywhere?
I don't know. I just found a bunch of different rocks, so hold on. Oh, there's a big ruby.
Well, that counts. I don't know how you got up there. Neither does anyone else. That's why there's ruby up there. Maybe there's copper too. Oh, it's there. Let me have it. Yes. Alright.
Nope, I found another ruby.
Jackpot. Well, the real jackpot right now is copper.
I found copper. I found copper. Where are you at?
But okay, good to know that checking around there will yield a bunch of copper. The other area I found that's really good for copper is it's right here in the cliffs right next to Winstead, between Winstead and Carfin.
You're welcome.
Right. Thank you. I knew it. I knew you were going to do it. I knew it. I had faith the whole time. Okay, so now, after much effort collecting the copper, we've made it back in town to gather our western larch timber that we had previously started, which I need to make room for in my inventory first.
Dragon?
Yeah, a dragon. A white one. A wormling. Wow.
What do I do with zinc?
Make fragments out of it.
Oh, found it.
Take it to the metalworking station and make fragments with it. Metalworker level 2. So, once we have our 10 western larch timber, our 10 copper fragments. So once we have our 10 western larch timber, our 10 copper fragments, and our basalt weapon mold for our apprentice mining pickaxe, then we can come over here to the mining tools station. Okay, so in order to make the apprentice mining pickaxe, you have to already have your apprentice level certification and go to the correct node that has the right workbench. Currently, that would be Winstead on our server. Winstead has the correct level workbench to make the apprentice mining pickaxe. But you know what I can make? So what I am able to make is a copper hoop earring at the Novice jeweler station. We got our 6 copper fragments, common basalt sand, our crude paper from the vendor, and we can craft that. Look how fast that crafted. That was fast on that, wow. So once you do all that work from all the other steps of the process, the final crafting professions, you make the items pretty quick, it appears. There you go. It's not a very good item, but we made copper hoop earring, and I'm super proud of myself. It's a lot of effort in this game to do all 3 steps of the professions process. It takes a lot of items, a lot of time, a lot of work. But you can ultimately end up making the best gear and the best items in the game. The other important lesson is that you have to go to a node that has the correct workstations and the correct level of the workstations. So we have to go to a node that has the armor smithing workstation so that we can craft our boots here and craft our items. And it's the same thing with all of them. You got to make sure you find a node with the correct level weaponsmithing workbench available.